Recently, Australia made a significant and somewhat surprising decision to cancel its order for 28 more F-35s. Let's take a look at how this decision impacts the military picture in the Pacific, what it means for the United States, and how the West can maintain its edge in the region. Before we delve into the implications of Australia's decision, let's take a moment to understand why the F-35 is such a special aircraft. A fifth-generation multi-role fighter, the F-35 Lightning combines advanced stealth capabilities, superior situational awareness, and unmatched lethality. Its ability to operate in various roles such as air-to-air combat, air-to-ground strikes, and the often overlooked intelligence gathering makes it a crucial asset in modern warfare. More than an aircraft, the F-35 is an airborne combat information node, coordinating allied assets like a quarterback in the sky. These abilities make the F-35 a unique aircraft, but such complexity comes with its share of growing pains. More on that later. Getting back to the order cancellation, Australia already operates 3 F-35 squadrons. While this may seem to be sufficient numbers, here are some concerns. For starters, the 28 additional Lightnings were slated to replace the Royal Australian Air Force, or RAAF's, sole remaining squadron of F-18 Super Hornets. Instead, Australia will continue to fly their last batch of F-18s for another decade or so, into the mid to late 2030s. This raises the question as to how much time can be squeezed out of the remaining Super Hornet airframes. And interestingly, there is a plan. Australia is looking to perform a midlife update on their F-18s and raise them to the Block 3 standard. Block 3 Super Hornets are effectively 4th plus generation fighters, which include upgrades such as enhanced mission computers and sensors, a reduced radar cross-section or RCS that should improve survivability, along with a projected 10,000 hours service life. With these upgrades, the RAAF Super Hornets should be able to serve comfortably into the next decade. Additionally, the timing of the decision to keep the Super Hornet is interesting, as Boeing's production of new F-18 airframes is set to shut down in 2024. We're very much approaching the end of an era. One last note about the Super Hornet. Back in 2007, it was an interim replacement for the long-range F-111 Aardvark, affectionately known as the Pig. Australia's decision to keep their Super Hornets flying begins to make more sense when you also consider the recent issues the Lightning program is undergoing. Specifically, the Technology Refresh 3 or TR3 upgrades have encountered software problems which have led to delays. As a result, the Pentagon has stated that it would only accept new F-35s with TR3 once all upgrades are completely ready. It's not a stretch to say that these delays also impacted the RAAF decision to forego their last batch of Lightnings. These delays have also impacted the total number of F-35s to be produced this year, from a planned 153 down to around 120 jets. Furthermore, the planned Block 4 upgrades will place even greater demands on the F-35's software and engine. In the case of the engine, additional cooling capacity will be needed to power the advanced electronic systems. Pratt & Whitney, the F-35's engine manufacturer, has come up with an Engine Core Upgrade or ECU, which is intended as a solution for all existing and yet to be built Lightnings. The only issue here is that these ECU modifications will take time to implement and could further delay Block 4 upgrades from coming online. Along with this, China's rapid uptake in the production of its J-20 Mighty Dragon stealth fighters is cause for additional concern. There is some debate as to whether the J-20 is truly a 5th-generation fighter, but in any case, it is an advanced aircraft that should be seen as a serious threat, especially in numbers. J-20 production is projected to be 120 units this year. Without a doubt, China is bolstering its air power and challenging the balance of military power in the Pacific. The F-35 still enjoys a global numerical advantage over the J-20, with over 900 examples built and counting. But it is concerning that the J-20 will see as many new units built as the F-35 does this year. Additionally, unlike the Lightning fleet, which is stationed all over the world, J-20s are concentrated in the Western Pacific. Fortunately, the F-35 is not the only aircraft representing the West in the Pacific. The US Air Force operates F-15s and F-16s in the region, as well as 5th generation F-22 Raptors. The UK's Royal Navy and Royal Air Force can also bring assets into theater, including F-35Bs and Eurofighter Typhoons. Then there is the Quad Alliance, which consists of the United States, Australia, India, and Japan, which has the potential to serve as a counterbalance to China's growing influence in the region. Strengthening cooperation and coordination among these nations can help maintain stability and security. And speaking of F-35s, Japan has over 140 F-35s, consisting of about 105 A models and about 40 short takeoff and vertical landing B models. These numbers give Japan the most F-35s of any international customer. Interestingly, India recently selected the Dassault Rafale over the Super Hornet in their latest fighter competition. The Rafale is another excellent aircraft that can help maintain the balance of power in the Pacific. Another promising development lies in the Australian, UK, and US Trilateral Security Pact, better known as AUKUS. Initially designed to assist Australia in obtaining nuclear-powered submarines, the pact has been expanded for the three nations to work together in the Indo-Pacific region to develop wider technologies. When it comes to fighter planes, this could eventually include the Next Generation Air Dominance or NGAD 6th generation fighter. There are some who think the NGAD is already flying, and it could be in production by the mid-2030s, which is when the RAAF Super Hornets are intended to serve until. It's worth pointing out that Australia is very comfortable and happy with their 3 squadrons of the F-35s, so perhaps this decision is a game of hedging bets in order to be in a position to acquire the NGAD as soon as it is available. Additionally, Australia has been making strides in unmanned aircraft, especially in the form of the Loya Wingman program, a fighter-sized, low-cost, attritable drone that could become a progenitor to the US Air Force's Skyborg program. These drones and initiatives could be implemented by the RAAF to serve as a force multiplier, which would result in the need for fewer manned fighters. While initially Australia cancelling their last batch of F-35s seems alarming, when you combine all the aforementioned factors, Block 3 Super Hornets, drone aircraft, the AUKUS collaboration, and the NGAD program, it does begin to make more sense. The RAAF is a key player in the balance of power in the Pacific, and together with allied nations, should ensure that remains the case into the foreseeable future. And finally, there has been an on-again, off-again speculation that Australia could acquire the 6th generation B-21 Raider. Predictions are always interesting, and if you'd like to see what mine were before the Raider was revealed to the public, then check out this video. Now you know.